What's going on, Dog Squad? TreyDoG60 back here with another video on the channel. And in today's video, we are going to be seeing what each team probably should go for the most in the offseason. Now, this is based off what I think, not based off what any other person thinks. This is basically, like I said, what TreyDoG thinks. So we're going to be going through each team, just start off the offseason in the right mode. As we get kick off today's video, thank you so much for all y'all's support. We're hitting on the road to 900 subscribers by April. It is currently March 2nd, so hopefully y'all can keep that going, keep that up, and then make sure to go subscribe to my gaming channel. If you're subscribed to both channels, you can be part of the Golden Dog Squad. No additional access is featured. I just finished up with Jelly with a TreyDoG Gaming Football Fusion video, so you can go check that out. I believe it should be posted before this. I just got finished up, so that's why I'm in the same shirt if you just watch that. So go subscribe to that. Go subscribe to Jelly's channels. I got all the channels of my friends in there, so hope y'all will make sure to go subscribe to those and watch some of their videos. So that'd be cool. But now, without further ado, let's get right into this video, Dog Squad. Okay, here we are, Dog Squad. So you can see I got what they're looking for. I got QB, running back, wide receiver, tight end, O-line, D-line, linebacker, and DB. So here we go. We're going to start off. Let me move my mic a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we got, so far, we got the Saints. Well, we talked about their Saints. I think QB and the running back's fine. They got like two powerhouse. O-line, defense. The D-line's fine. You could go for DBs, but I really think it's going to evolve with, I think it's going to have to evolve with the QB. I really don't think Derek Carr is going to be it this year. They're not progressing with him. They got better, but they also get better with some other stuff. That a receiver, but they got Chris Olave. If Michael Thomas is healthy, they'll be good. I think it's QB mainly there. I think QB and receiver and wide receiver, tight end, I think all of them are fine on that. O-line and D-line is good, but I think, and then we get Jalen Ramsey and linebackers and all that, but when they're losing some of their corners and some of their stuff, I think when it gets to that point, I really do think that the Dolphins are going to be having a look. I think they're going to probably have to look. It's either the linebacker or the O-lineman. They lose some linebackers. So I think we're going to mainly go with the O-line. You got to protect Tua somewhere. I think the Dolphins need to draft someone that's the O-line. We got the Ravens sitting there. Quarterback can be fine. I think running back you should go for. Receivers fine. I think tight ends fine. Mark Andrews. O-line can be fine. They protect Lamar pretty well. D-line and the linebacker. I really think it has to involve with. I really think it has to involve with the running back. I think that's their main focus. They've been trying. They did get Dalvin Cook, but is it enough? I think you need to go for someone like Derrick Henry. I think Saquon Barkley. I think that's who you need to go for because I don't know how long that's going to last with Dalvin Cook not being at his best. Bengals definitely O-line. Joe Burrow and you're hurting the quarterback, and that's got to stop. The O-line is not good for the Cincinnati Bengals. That's definitely going to be the main key for this team. Broncos, it could go either way. It could go quarterback. Running back, I think, is fine. Receivers, tight end. All that's fine. I think it could be a quarterback issue as well. I really think you could. But I think Russell Wilson's, moving, and I think you're going to have to find someone maybe sooner or later to maybe take your QB spot. Get someone mainly focused on that because I don't think Russell Wilson's going to be staying there much longer. I think he may get traded. I would start probably worrying about the QB position later. Giants. I think it's the same thing with the QB. They don't really have a good defense. They got a good front. They can have a good front. Lineman maybe not, but I really think running back's fine. But the free agency, I'm gonna have to say I think you need to go back to someone with a running back. The reason I say running back or quarterback, I think you have your quarterback settled. I think you do. You have two quarterbacks that can help your team out. Running back, you don't have Barkley. He's still kind of tied to the team, but really, you're going to have to look for someone else because they're not going to be staying long with Saquon Barkley. I just don't think it's not going to be long for him. He could go to another team, this is what's going to be the main focus. I don't think it's going to be at New York, and I definitely think that's what's going to be the case. Vikings, y'all tried all these quarterbacks. It's quarterback. I can't really think another time of you trying to find all these quarterbacks. And the Vikings definitely had all that trouble last season, so we're going to have to go with that. Los Angeles, they have everything, I think, right for their team, the D-line. But I think when it comes to the DBs for them, they're not good on defense. We saw them last year in situations where it came down to, are you going to be able to protect the one of the best offenses? The Rams couldn't do it. That's what hurt them the most when it came down to Detroit. But the Detroit's defense wasn't as good either. And it comes to that front, too. You could also say the D-line, but I think they have enough power. It's where that comes in, I think. Are the DBs good? I think that's where it needs to be. The Rams, I think, are going to have trouble with that. The Buccaneers, quarterback, running back, receiver, all that's fine, I think. When you come to that point, Buccaneers, I definitely think the DBs are also an issue. With Winfield out last year, injuries came to a problem. You kind of slowed down. I think DBs are going to have to be going for the Bucs if you want to get anything going on that. You go say running back. I don't think it's White's problem. I think you got to develop an O-line too, and it's the rushing attack overall. You can't really say much. It's just depending on what you're looking for. You have to change that. It's really nothing to do with you looking for. I think the O-line could work too, but I think DB may be it. Lions, man. I think they may be DB too. They're not good at the front of that back. The DBs, the back of that. I don't think that's gonna affect them coming next year playoff time. Any time in the season, if they want to go to that level, their defense is a weakness. The front's really good. The backs aren't. Bears, you know what it is. It's quarterback. Justin Fields, he's not going to be there long. It's quarterback. I would start looking for a new one. That's your main focus. Worry about Justin Fields. That's going to be it. 49ers, everything's good until I think except the O-line. They ranked 20th. People per play, and this is best. They basically ranked really good at the top. I mean, you can go DB all you want, but I think it has to do with the O-line. I don't think that's just go the O-line. I think that's weak. Okay, enough. It's coaching. Their front's good. I think, and their DBs are just killing it. They're getting their butts whooped. It's DBs big time here. They can't do a thing on that. We saw with the drop with Philadelphia last year, which those Cowboys fans loved. But when you're talking as a football expert, or at least I don't know, I'm an expert, but a football fan, a football YouTuber, you got to look at the Eagles and say, what was the problem? Ask yourself that, and it was the defense. Coaching too, but I think you got to develop that. Look for some DBs. You could go linebacker too, but I think honestly it goes with that. Raiders, defense may be an issue, but I think since the offense does have some weaknesses, well, I did search up about the Raiders' weaknesses, some more of theirs, and they were obviously, that's why they weren't good, because of the way they weren't scoring as many points last year. I think you need to find some big tight end. Max Crosby is fine. Their defense, I think, will be fine. I think it's time to be looking for another tight end. I think you can find Renfro all you want. You have Devontae Adams. You just got to give the ball to him. The tight end, I think, is your main focus. Get someone big out there and that can win. Packers. We've already focused enough on the DBs. I think the DBs are fine, but I don't know. I may go here too because you were letting a lot of points happen, I think, to them, but giving a lot of time. I think we're going to go DBs again. The Green Bay Packers, I think, are needing that this year, especially, I think, with some rumors or something. I think with Jair Alexander wanting to leave, I think that may be a case for it. All right, the Packers, on the other hand, I think this is going to be their first linebacker. I think we could say DBs maybe, but I think the linebacker position is where we're at. I think a pressure and coming back behind where they're throwing the ball, maybe some run. I think that defense was a slow one next year. I think I maybe try to start getting more linebackers. I think your safeties and corners are going to be fine. Your D-line is going to be fine. Your offense is going to be fine. I think this could be a lot. I just try to work on that. This is quarterback all day. You draft a quarterback. Draft a quarterback. Commanders, draft a quarterback. That's all I'm going to say. Cardinals, I think they may have to focus on a quarterback too. They have Kyler Murray, but I think they're going to worry. I think I think they're a quarterback style offense too. Team that they need. Steelers, I think, may have to focus on that too. Their defense is great. The wide receivers, yeah, I think it's quarterback for them too. It's much needed. I think that's that. And then the Buffalo Bills, I think it has to be everything but the D-line. I think they're going to be our first D-line because I think their pass rush is not as losing Von Miller. They're going to have to get some more pass rushers. Get to someone that had trouble with that, and they're going to have to get some more D linemen. Linebackers could work too, but I think D-line pressuring more inside, I think that's going to be the case. Falcons. Well, what do you think about the Falcons? Quarterback. Get a quarterback. Seahawks, I know they're focusing on that, but I think it has to do with the defense now. It's DBs. Browns, their offense had letting some injuries happen. I think I think tight ends, they could maybe get a bigger that, but I think you could either say, I think a defensive situation but I think their defense is fine as long as they play on the road. Receiver, I could say that, but I mean, Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore, David Njoku, I think they're going to be fine with that. I think that's the O-line, protect your quarterback, obviously. The Texans' offense are pretty good. Defensively, yeah, I'm going to have to see about that. We're going to say we have enough DBs. You get linebacker, you get a DB. We're going to put linebacker. Texans, get your defensive situation right. You have a good offense. You need to use it right on defense and slow them down. Chiefs, they're perfect for our first wide receiver. They're perfect for it. You got to get good receivers. I mean, you already cut the Holman from that made the game winner, and so now you think that's going to work. But you need receivers. Chiefs are obviously the team that needs receivers. Okay, us Dallas Cowboys. Well, O-line's not coming back. We have fire on linebackers and DBs. Tight ends good, receivers good, running back. It could be, honestly, I think it needs to either be O-line or running back. I think it's running back. We've got to be able to find Tony Pollard, all of them are leaving. We can't get a running attack. That's our main weakness. O-line is maybe second in our weaknesses. We need to get some running backs, and I would really go for Saquon or Derrick Henry. Chargers, they're fine with Herbert and all that. Receivers, they're fine with it. They got a good one. They got a good defense. But I think when it comes to that O-line, I think that's what needs to be helped. New York Jets, defense is pretty good. You can either say tight end, but these three are pretty good for that. I think it comes to the O-line protecting your quarterback. I think if you can do that, their strength, the offensive tackle too. I think with that period, I think you're gonna have to hire draft some of those, get your O-line situated. And I think you'll be fine. Panthers are obviously gonna. I would say quarterback. You just got one. It's a whole team, honestly. It really is the whole team. I think the running backs will be fine. Defense has a good D-line pressure. But they're letting up way too many points going on. It's the O-line, I think, for this one. Bryce Young can't even get the ball. It's so bad. It's the O-line, I think. It's the O-line for this one. Tennessee Titans. These are fine, I think. You could probably go for a running back. Wide receiver, I think, maybe fine. Tight ends, fine. O-line, I think, maybe fine. I mean, nothing wrong with seeing hearing, but I think their rush defense, I think, is way too, is not good enough. It's too weak. Linebacker and defense are trying their hard. Indianapolis Colts, I could take them at a D-line because of the way they can create I was going to say create turnovers, but they can be good at that. I mean, their defense has some trouble, but yeah, I mean, you can't be all. I mean, when it's impactful, I think we're going to go with that. I think their main focus should be a D-line. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars, they got better through the defensive situation. The offense is good. I think it comes down to the O-line for them, too. So there we go. That's my graph right there. Dog Squad, let me know any changes. Is my opinions of what they maybe should go for. Maybe some weaknesses. I think this isn't just biggest weaknesses, but this is some weaknesses I would probably pay attention for maybe not some of the biggest weaknesses from each team. Whatever the title says, I'll let you know. Thank you, Dog Squad, so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, Dog Squad. Peace.